A very good morning, children. Hope you all are doing well. Children, today I'm back with a very humorous poem, The Ballad of Rum. But before starting with the explanation of the poem, I would like to state some really important facts that you should know, of course, which are also related to the poem that we are going to read. The poem has been written by Peter Woolverich, a retired marine engineer. Now, of course, he's living in northeast Thailand with his wife and dog. He's English by birth. His work took him to many places worldwide, during which time he occasionally wrote poems and other pieces. And here is one such poem of Peter Woolverich, The Ballad of Rum. You might have noted the word ballad in the title of the poem itself. What is a ballad? The question might have come in your mind. Children, the word ballad has been taken from a Latin word ballare, which means dancing song. It is a poem that narrates a story, usually in 4-line stanzas called quatrains. It is written to be sung. It has a simple but dramatic theme. It tells a story with characters and a plot line, but at the same time, it has a meter and rhyme of a poem. The themes of most ballads are, of course, tragic, but there are some which are comic in nature too. And mostly the poets use the day-to-day and common words to compose the poem. The Ballad of Rum is one such comic poem that would make you laugh. It is a humorous poem about the poet's dog, Rum. So come, let's read the poem and laugh together. Hope you will enjoy this narrative tale in the form of poem about the poet's dog, Rum. A dog wandered into our garden one day. A friendly old mutt, didn't look like a stray. We never discovered from where he had come, but we brushed him and fed him, and the kids called him Rum. So the poet begins the story of Rum, his dog. He tells the readers, or rather informs the readers, that the dog came into the poet's garden one day. It was wandering here and there, and it happened to enter into the garden of the poet. The dog was really friendly. It was old, friendly Mutt. Mutt means the dog itself. And to the poet or to the poet's family, it didn't look like any stray animal. It was clean, it was friendly towards people. So, of course, they accepted him as their pet. They cleaned him, gave him food to eat, and the poet's kids named it Rum. Though they were never able to discover that from where he had come, as it was a friendly and a clean dog. It didn't look like any other street animal. So the probability of a Rum belonging to the previous master was high. So therefore, the poet was surprised to find this dog in his garden. But of course, the family accepted this dog and named it Rum. Now, as family members, even dogs must work hard. So we put Rum on duty next door in our yard, bright-eyed and watchful by night and by day, but not much of a guard dog, I am sorry to say. Now, of course, when they have accepted Rum as their family member, so as every family member, has some or the other role to play, or maybe some or the other responsibility to fulfill, similarly, they gave Rum the responsibility to guard the door of their yard. Yard is an area which is outside a building, usually with a wall or fence around it, as you can even see it in the picture. So of course, Rum took this responsibility. He was watchful, he was bright-eyed, watchful, that is, he was alert and aware, whether it was day or whether it was night. But of course, it saddened, it disappointed the poet's family that he was not a guard dog. Of course, it was not trained to be a guard dog, to be protective or so. Instead, the poet tells us that what he used to do all day long. He barked at the cats and he'd bark at a toad. He barked at the cattle outside on the road. He barked at the horses. So where did he fail? You see, Rum liked people and he just wagged his tail. So actually, when he was at guard, he used to bark at the cats, toad, cattle, horses outside the road, which actually happened to, pass by the road outside the fence. But the thing is that he liked people. He was fond of people. And whensoever he used to see people around him, he used to wag his tail. Side by side movement of the tail of the animals is known as wagging. So he used to wag his tail, expressing his joy, his happiness, that of course he would be seeking the company of the humans. So this was really, strange, as well as it was also at the same time a very good quality of the dog Rum. But being over friendly can also be harmful, can also be dangerous, because any of the strangers could have taken advantage of his friendly nature and they would have, intruded burgled the house of the poet. So of course it was dangerous as well. He liked the yard labor, an amiable bunch. They fed our dog tidbits and scraps from their lunch. Rum wolfed it all down, but to our dismay, he seemed to get fatter with each passing day. Now, the poet tells us that even the yard laborers who used to come into his yard, who used to work at the yard, even they were really, friendly. Even they happened to behave, very in a pleasant manner towards the dog. They used to play with him. They used to give him food. They gave Rum tidbits. Tidbits means a small piece of tasty food from their lunch, or maybe scraps from their lunch. Scraps means leftover food. And what Rum used to do was he used to wolf it all down. Wolfed it down, that is, he used to eat the large amount of the food that he used to get from these laborers, and he used to gulp it down quickly. He used to chew it quickly. Though the laborers were really, friendly, or they responded, equally to Rum, but at the same time, it was disappointing for the poet's family that Rum was getting fatter day by day. Though they were kind, but of course, he was growing healthy. Then one night, when Rum was laid at his ease, a burglar crept in as quiet as you please. He saw no alarms, heard no siren howling, no guard dog for sure, they'd be barking and growling. Now what happened? Now this is the twist in the story. Now what happened one night, Rum was of course relaxing. He was at his ease, at a very comfortable position. But what happened that night was that a person entered into the yard of the poet with the intention to steal. Burglar is a person who, of course, illegally enters a building to steal things. So he crept in quiet, and he was very much sure that there was no one around. Why? Because there was no alarm, no warning of danger, no loud noise of any siren, no guard dog who would be, who would bark, who would have noticed his entry and would have barked at the thief. So therefore, he was very much sure that as there were no alarms, no siren, no dog barking, growling, so of course now he will be able to accomplish his mission easily. But to the burglar's surprise, but Rum was awake and he'd seen him all right. Delighted with company this time of the night, he flew through the yard his new friend to greet, and his weight bowled the burglar right off of his feet. But of course, to his surprise, to his disappointment, Rum was awake, and he noticed this burglar stealthily, moving inside the yard. When Rum happened to notice this burglar, he got delighted. He was really happy to see him. He was happy about the fact that at that time of the night, it was already late. He had, he'll be getting someone to play with. He will be getting the company of some human being to play with. So he was happy about the fact. And just he had sighted the thief He just ran through the yard with all his might in great speed to welcome his new friend. But what happened that he was not able to control his excitement as well as his speed, and he just banged into the burglars between the burglar's feet, due to which the burglar lost his balance and had fallen onto the ground. So that actually, surprised as well as scared the thief a lot. The intruder got up and ran off with a wail, and Rum right behind him, still wagging his tail. He departed the yard he'd come in to burgle like a champion athlete clearing a hurdle. Now, the intruder, again a person who enters a place without permission, often secretly, referring to the burglar, the thief. So the intruder now, when he realized that the danger was around him, he just got up and he ran away from there, crying in pain. He misunderstood Rum to be a guard dog, and that is what scared him the most. Therefore, he just fled away from the yard. But while he was trying to escape, while he was trying to again jump out of the through the fence, Rum was standing right behind him, was wagging his tail, watching what the person was doing. But he, of course, left the yard, that very yard which he had actually come into burgle. And he left the yard in such a great speed that has been compared over here to the speed of an athlete who happens to jump over the hurdles. Even you can see this in the picture. But while he was doing so, while he was trying to run away from the yard, he unknowingly dropped his wallet there. He was not aware about this fact. So let's see the climax. But Rum couldn't jump gates, so sadly instead, he picked up the thief's wallet and went back to bed. Next morning, the evidence everyone viewed when Rum brought it to us just a little bit chewed. Now, of course, Rum was disappointed. He was really sad that he couldn't jump the gates. He wanted to play with the stranger, but as to his small size and not so hefty figure, or the physique you can say, he was left behind by the thief. But in the process, the thief has left his wallet behind. So Rum happened to pick that wallet up and he went back to his bed. He chewed it all night, playing with it, and the next morning he showed it to the poet's family. So, of course, the poet's family realized that what could be the matter, and they presented the wallet the very next day to the police. Once given the wallet, the police didn't fail to capture the burglar and put him in jail. His confession, like wildfire, spread through the town how a big vicious guard dog had knocked the thief down. Now, of course, with the help of this wallet, the police was able to catch the burglar and put him behind the bars, put him in the prison. And the burglar, this thief, admitted that he had intended to steal the poet's house, but of course it was because of the big, vicious over here, dangerous dog. He was not able to fulfill his intention, as Ram was able to strike him down to the ground. Now, this is really humorous. Why? Because Ram had approached the thief with the intention to play, but he mistook it. But at the same time, this is ironical, because if he would have known about the friendly nature of the dog, he would have taken advantage of his friendly nature, of his congeniality, and then it would have, of course, become really easy for the thief to burgle the poet's house. So directly or indirectly, it was due to Ram that the poet's house, it was safe. We all howled with laughter when we heard the thief's story, and Ram was a hero. He was basking in glory. There's been no attempts since to burgle our yard, for everyone knows now that Ram is on guard. Now, of course, when the entire story of the thief, it had, of course, spread through the town like a wildfire, that is a large destructive fire that spreads quickly. Similarly, his confession spread quickly through the town. Even the poet's family, when they got to know about the thief's story, they were all, they were howling it with laughter. They couldn't stop themselves, from laughing, because they knew that actually Ram was not a dangerous dog, rather over friendly. But in the process, of course, the thief had been caught by the police. He was behind the bars, and Ram had become a hero. He had gained fame and admiration by doing something, impressive. But of course, it was, unknowingly, unintentionally that he had done. So he was basking in glory, that is, he was just enjoying the good feelings. When the people were admiring the dog, he was just enjoying the fame, the honor for the achievement, which of course he had never done. But of course, after this incident, there had been no attempts, as the poet says, to burgle their house, the poet's house, because everyone knew that, of course, Ram would have been on guard. So it would not be fruitful or productive for them, in the presence of Ram, to even attempt to get into the yard, because Ram would, of course, knock them down as well. Any other thief as well. So this poem, of course, consists of really funny incidences. I hope you might have enjoyed the humorous scenes, the funny scenes that have been described by the poet, narrated by the poet. There are, a series of events which are ironical, like Ram is over friendly towards people, but it always barks at the animals. He ran towards the burglar to get his company, but the thief got frightened and he ran away. He became popular, or was being, admired for the bravery, which of course he had never done. And even if it is considered to be done by him, then it was unknowingly and unintentional, on the side of Ram. Ram, of course, came to be known as an intelligent and brave dog. Instead, we all know that, of course, after even reading, the poem, that he was a lovable and friendly dog. So, of course, with the mixed feelings of disappointment at some time, excitement, kindness, surprise, humor, irony, the poem consists of all these feelings and evokes laughter at the same time. The entire poem has in all 40 lines with 10 stanzas, and each stanza, has 10 lines in all. And the rhyme scheme that is running throughout the poem is AABB. So, children, I hope you've loved the funny situations that have been narrated by the poet about Ram. This is all for today. Go through the video, listen to the explanation again, and be thorough with it. All right, children. Thank you. Stay safe, stay happy,